Ladies and gentlemen, I have an utmost pleasure to host Christian Tschida, famous, legendary. I'm pretty sure you hate to hear things like this about yourself. Natural winemaker, and yes, and it would be very interesting to ask those questions from the questionnaire and hear the answers from, I believe, a bit different perspective. So let's start with the first question, which is quite general, but you may take your angle to the answer. What are you looking for in wine? Yeah, it's on purpose. It's a very general question, so you can answer the way you love.
If I was David Hasselhoff, maybe I would say I'm looking for freedom. But no, I'm not. Wine can be very nice for me when it reflects a kind of origin, where it comes from, and a certain kind of uniqueness. I don't see wine just as a drink or as a whatever people are seeing in the wine. I see it way more complicated for me. I see it as a cultural thing. I see it as an heritage. I see it as but on the other side, a big pleasure as well. So I love wine, and I also think that the wine loves me. I think that's very important. Yeah.
That's I love this part with the wine loving you. Yes, yes, and it's hard to disagree with the heritage part. Yes, every time I write about wine or talk about it. You know, it's a liquid, yeah, it's fermented grape juice, but so much more in the same time, yes, and the layers of context and of meaning are almost limitless, yeah. And the next one is my favorite provocative question. What's that very cool thing that in wine that everybody loves right now, but you don't? So everybody gets so excited, and you keep the cool head.
I love that people have the passion about wine, but on the other hand side, I think people forget that it's a thing of farming, and it's not a part-time job to make wine. You need to own the land, you need to farm the land for many, many years and prepare the land for future. And it's not just something saying, I mean, recently I was in New York and somebody came up saying, hey man, we are colleagues now. I said, oh, in which sense? He said, I'm a winemaker now. I have this supplier, he gave me 2 tons of grape and we make wine now too. I said, okay, maybe we are kind of colleagues, but I mean, winemaking is a serious thing in one hand side, and on the other, I mean, all the soil that we have is soaked with the sweat and the work that we do there. I mean, it seems to me it's not such a cool thing like many people think, that we are living a kind of rock star life. No, I mean it's hard work in the end.
So, do you have this impression that the whole natural movement, with the idea of making wine cool and fun and approachable, at the same time somehow diminishes diminishes the seriousness of the process? Because, as you said, it's a serious process. Yes, it's farming. Farming is not fun. It's hard work. Yes. And in natural wine, it seems that everything is about showing that's only fun. You think there is a kind of a potential conflict here, something like that?
I see a very strong tendency that wine as itself is going very much into kind of pop cultural aspect, and both sides, producers and consumers, drinkers, forget about the serious part of wine, no? I mean, everything is cool, nice drinks, but don't forget where it comes from, no?
This is thank you for that, because this is very interesting approach and angle to look at it.
No, but you got me, no?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm afraid that the tendency is really way too strong into this pop idea, and if the world is full of pet nut, I mean, I think we lost the game. No?
Yeah, I already had, I think, too much pet nuts in my life. and how someone today called I think it was Jasmine from Katla Wine said, pet nut is a coffee of the wine fairs. But let me ask you somehow more personal question.
Ask the serious coffee guys what they think about this.
And the question is, what is the most important thing that wine gave you in your life, you personally? What do you owe to wine?
It gave me a personal developing. I can see myself in wine. It is a mirror of my own. It is an expression of my soul and my condition, my personal, of my developing. Every vintage is a recording of how I was feeling, how the weather was feeling to me, and I mean it's like a diary, no? Every vintage is recording what happened during this time, also including myself, no? I mean, if I open now a 2010 vintage, I can clearly remember in which condition, which state of mind I had in these days, no? So wine is a fantastic medium, I would say, no? And way more than just a nice drink or a cloudy wine, no? Saying.
So it's like with the vintages, you write a logbook, a journey of your life. Yes, it's like a material statement of what happened to you in this period. It's really very interesting. So
as a winemaker, you say you have, if you're lucky, you can make 40, 50 vintages as an active winemaker. No, some do a bit more, but I don't know. Some people don't know when to stop. But I mean, you have 40 chances to leave your fingerprint in a bottle. I mean, how cool is that? No.
We are recording this, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna write this all down because it's worth writing down. And wine obviously is your life, and not only in the terms of this is what you do for a living, as you said. So I think this another question is really in place here, though a bit provocative. If it wasn't for the wine in your life, if somehow the fate decided that you don't make wine, yes, something went a different way, different path, how do you think, what would be this essence of your life? What would it be? What would be your passion, the thing you would be sitting now on a stage somewhere else and talk about?
With my state of mind today, I've said it before to the guys, we are all more or less fermenters, no? We are experts and enthusiasts for fermentation. So I could think that I could make nice kimchi or create some coffee roasters stuff or make tea, anything like this, or make bread. I mean, today there has been magic who makes the bread. I mean, how amazing was the bread, no? And there is a clear understanding and connection with these kind of people. I mean, more than anything else. I cannot imagine myself as being a managing director of a bank. I would give all the money to poor people, maybe.
Okay, so not the cello player, not the yoga master, something more related to fermentation, yeah?
No, or an artist. I mean, I would love to think the whole day about colors or expressing myself in an art. I mean, winemaking is expression of yourself a bit too. No?
Yeah.
I mean, I always say you can just make the wine and create the wine that shows your personal horizon, your horizon of palate. No?
And thus we come to the final question, which is the question about the future, the future of wine. It's interesting because we've heard some optimists today already on the stage saying wine has been with us forever and will stay forever in one way or the other. And there are some others expressing, some things that are connected with the climate change. Yeah, that they're afraid of it. And what's your take on it? How do you think? Do you have this fear about the future of wine? Does it need saving, or it's gonna be all right and we're just exaggerating right now?
That's a very cool question, to be honest. And I think the talk and the thought about this would accelerate this thing here. But I would say, I mean, in Georgia there have been recordings 9,000-year-old. They found seeds of grapes. So let's say 9,000 wines. I'm not sure, or I'm sure that this generation now will be the last of making wine. So this will go on forever. And about climate change, I mean, I think the best wines are made during the last vintages because the weather conditions are perfect and it shows something very, very good, in my opinion. Only the best vineyards can handle all this and can deliver fantastic grapes for amazing wines. All the boring, mediocre vineyards will not be good enough to survive these extreme withers. No? So I think there will be less
survival of the fittest, yeah?
As always, no? It's a natural principle. And I hope that this kind of cleaning process will go on in the way that there's anyway way too much wine in the world, in my opinion. So if there was 20% less wine, I think the world will be a bit... I don't say it now, okay.
Thank you very much. It was it's really a lot of to chew on, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do something with our conversation, like write it down or continue in a form of article, because I think we've touched in this very short time of many interesting points. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for invitation.